Hi guys, welcome to Luxury Car 10 YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at the top 10 most expensive cars ever sold. So let's start with number 10. 1904 Rolls Royce 10 HP 2-seater. Price $7.25 million. An old car that remains the most expensive Rolls Royce ever sold at auction is also the most anyone has ever paid for a car made before 1905. However, this is less impressive once you realize that, prior to that date, there were only the Model T and automotive equivalents of bathtubs, equipped with wagon wheels. Still, it's hard not to see why someone would want to pay so much money for a car like this. It's not every car that has an engine that gives 10 horsepower. With an engine like that, you could reach speeds of over 25 miles per hour. Number 9. 1929 Mercedes-Benz 38 250th SSK. Price $7.44 million. If there's one thing Germans know how to do, it's how to intimidate the French. They probably also know how to build cars, which is what they did with this Mercedes-Benz. It looks like the kind of car you could either win an old-timey road race in or use to get from your underground evil lair to the grocery store. After all, even supervillains need milk to keep their bones strong, and keeping your own cows can really stink up an evil lair. This car was designed by Ferdinand Porsche, but he probably didn't accomplish anything else in the automotive industry. Does anyone even know who Ferdinand is? Number 8. 1965 Shelby Daytona Cobra Coupe. Price $7.68 million. This was the highest price ever paid for an American car until recently. The new champion will be coming soon enough. This particular car was one of only 6 of this model built by the legendary Carroll Shelby. It was designed to beat Ferrari in GT races, and it accomplished that goal when it won the World Manufacturers' Championship on July 4 in Reims, France. Number 7. 1937 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlante Coupe. Price $7.9 million. This Bugatti Coupe is based on the Atlantic model, and only 17 were ever made. Its value at auction is high because it is rare, like if only a few dozen Boba Fett action figures were made and one was up for grabs in perfect condition. Who could resist that? This particular Atlante Coupe was highly valued and owned by various rich people throughout history, including casino magnate William Harrah. It is understandable that it would have been owned by such an exclusive clientele, considering the price tag when it was originally sold. Plus, who would want to pay $7.9 million for a car owned by someone who is not wealthy? Number 6. 1936 Mercedes-Benz 540k Special Roadster. Price $9.68 million. Look, it's our old friend Mercedes-Benz again. This car was sold at a Pebble Beach auction and, believe it or not, the final price tag was something of a disappointment. You see, many thought this car had a chance to become the most expensive car ever sold, for a variety of reasons. This is one of the few cars produced in Nazi Germany before the war that is still operational. Also, the word special is spelled with a Z instead of an S, which is pretty unusual. Number 5. 1931 Bugatti Royale Kellner Coupe. Price $9.7 million. If you take a look at this car, you would think it was made for a supervillain. It looks like something out of a movie. We're pretty sure that the car was the inspiration for the Red Skull's car in the Captain America movie. It's just that amazing. This text is discussing a car that was designed to be sold to royalty, but only 6 were ever produced. The car is notable for its large engine, which was originally manufactured for an aircraft. The unused engines from the Royale cars were later put in high-speed railcars. The text wonders why the car didn't sell well during the Great Depression. Number 4. 1931 Duesenberg Model J Long Wheelbase Coupe. Price $10.34 million. We're talking about the Great Depression here, and here's another 1931 car that not only went for an absurd amount of money at the auction, but was ridiculously expensive at the time of its release, with a price tag of $17,000. That would get you a pretty decent car today, so can you imagine having the nerve to try and charge that much in the midst of the greatest financial crisis the country has ever seen? This car is rare because fewer than 500 were built in the 4-year span it was available, and it only had 5 owners. This car is also valuable because it has low mileage for its age, with only 12,500 miles on the odometer. Number 3. 1961 Ferrari 250 GT SWB California Spider. Price $10.9 million. In case you were wondering, this won't be the only Ferrari on this list. We even decided to move some other Ferraris down because, to be honest, it gets repetitive talking about the same cars all the time. If this car looks familiar to you, it's because it's the same kind that Ferris Bueller stole from Cameron's dad and then wrecked in a very wild way. Cameron's movie-ending puppy launching antics might make you think twice about the price you pay to watch the film. Number 2. 1968 Ford GT40 Golf/Mirage Coupe, price $11 million. This is the most expensive American car ever. It was designed to compete with Ferrari in road races. Ford was determined to beat Ferrari because they had tried and failed to purchase Ferrari in 1963. Basically, the most expensive American car was built out of spite. That's the American way. Number 1. 1957 Ferrari Testarossa prototype. Price $16.39 million. We are taking the top 2 selling cars and combining them into one. They are the same model, only one is a prototype and the other is not. The 1957 Ferrari Testarossa prototype is the first 250 Testarossa ever built, so it went for a high price. Despite being a prototype, this car was used in road races for 8 years. In addition, it just looks extremely cool. The 1957 Ferrari Testarossa without the prototype attached sold for $12.2 million in 2009, and, in our opinion, that's getting it cheaply because it looks just like the Batmobile. That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting videos. Thank you.